Pick a point on the globe. Any point, and Maersk won't be far away. Transporting the cargoes that connect traders across the world. Securing the supply of energy to keep our world moving forward. Building businesses with local partners. Creating jobs. Helping the economy grow. Many places, one way of doing business. We are Maersk, and we're preparing for new times in Asia. Global trade is increasing exponentially. Every day, mountains have to be moved from one side of the world to the other, to the most remote corners, to the busiest centers. The mountains are growing, and some cargo must be kept fresh and delicate. How do Maersk solve this complexity for the customers? It's all about innovative thinking. Maersk Container Industry produces low-energy, climate-controlled containers. And Maersk Line has set a new standard for handling even the largest shipments of cargo.
Every year in Maersk Line, we move mountains. We move cargo that would be much bigger than Mount Everest, and we move it one container at a time. Making that complexity work in a way that is simple and reliable for the customer is really what our business is all about. We have asked our biggest customers to help us redesign our service on the Asia-Europe trade route to match their business needs. The result is a new kind of product. Think of it as a floating conveyor belt linking Asia and Europe. The conveyor belt runs at constant speed, carrying everything from cars to electronics to king prawns. Customers can deliver their cargo onto this belt on a daily basis. We can promise delivery with absolute reliability on time, every time. We've kept things simple, so our customers don't have to worry about moving containers. How we get the goods where they need to be, that's our business. Seeing it work today is extremely exciting, and having these discussions with the customers now, where they actually don't perceive the complexity of what we do, is actually quite nice. They're taking for granted now that we're able to deliver what we promise. It's difficult for us, it's easy for them, and that's what it should be about.
The wheels of industry depend on oil and gas to keep them turning, so our civilization can advance. But as demand continues to grow, sources of easy oil and gas become scarce. Remaining reserves are harder to access, harder to extract. How is Maersk Oil unlocking their potential?
My name is Mariann Richterhausen. I'm working as a well-site geologist in Maersk Oil in Qatar. What really excites me about the job is that it's like a treasure hunt. We are searching for the black gold and we know it's hidden in the underground, we just don't know where it is. And by collecting and analyzing all sorts of data, we get indications of where the hydrocarbons are hidden. Maersk Oil never went for the easy accessible oil, but dealing with the more difficult reservoirs by gaining knowledge and developing technical skills on the way, Maersk Oil succeeded in turning some of those marginal fields into huge commercial successes. And a brilliant example of this is the Al Shaheen field offshore Qatar, where we are now. When we went into Qatar, no one thought it would be possible to actually produce commercially from it. But we actually proved ourselves right by transferring our knowledge we have gained by working in the North Sea, which were also very difficult reservoirs, and transferring that knowledge to the Al Shaheen field. And today we are having a production of more than 300,000 barrels a day. It's all about using our science and technology in turning the marginal fields into commercial successes and thereby making the impossible possible. And that's just great to be part of, and I love that.
On this planet of ours, 8 out of 10 people live in growth markets. Their future depends on building strong and stable economies. But how do you create an economy today that's prepared for tomorrow? It starts with establishing trade connections to the world. Harbors and hubs through which trade can smoothly pass, with infrastructure and logistics to support them. And people, local people, with the right motivation, the right skills to make these gateways work. Like clockwork. APM terminals operate more than 60 ports and terminals worldwide. To see what difference they're making, let's visit CAIMEP in Vietnam.
The terminal plays a very important role in Vietnam. It helps make Vietnam more competitive, so it makes me proud to be part of something this big. So this is far more than just a job. I'm connecting people, businesses and countries with my country. Just to give you an idea, more than 30 million containers are passing through Maersk's terminal worldwide in just 1 year. A single container can carry the yearly consumption of noodles of more than 3,000 people. That gives you the picture of the magnitude of our operation. We live as a team because there's no room for mistakes, so safety is top priority. That's why we have special focus on safety and human resources. We all need to share the same values to understand each other so we can work as one. Right now, Vietnam exports twice what we import, but that's changing. Trade is bringing prosperity to my country. Soon the ships coming in will be just as full as ships that are leaving. I believe what we're doing here will be a great help for our country, and our children will benefit from the prosperity that trade brings to us with the development of terminals like this one.
Nature is a force to be reckoned with, to be respected, to be treated with care. She gathers her resources in the most remote environments. Nature challenges us to drill deeper, go further, to find ways to do business safely and responsibly under the most extreme conditions imaginable. How do you face these challenges when you work for Maersk Drilling on an ultra-deep water rig?
What's not to like about a rig like this? Look at it, out here in the middle of the ocean. I'm in charge of the drilling team, the auxiliary and the main side, the equipment for the well, and also the safety of the guys out here. Out here, we have to be ready for anything that nature can throw at us. This is what you need. You'll need a rig like this. The old type rigs, they'll never be able to come out here. A huge rig like this can stay right in the very same spot all the time due to its dynamic positioning. No matter what the weather's like, the current, the waves, this can stay over the top of a 50-pence piece. From a big rig like this now, we can drill 12 kilometers away just with the touch of a finger on a joystick and get ourselves right into that reservoir for the oil companies. We're the stars of the future, and that's why they cost so much to build and they cost so much to operate. But now we're going to find the reservoirs that will give the oil companies huge returns, so it's worth it in the long run for them to pay for such a beauty like this.
Many local enterprises have customers spread worldwide. Yet bringing precious goods safe and on time, from producers to consumers, is never an easy task. But no matter how remote the location, if there is a road, there is a connection to the international highways of trade. All it takes is a reliable partner to secure the deliveries. Damco is one of the world's largest freight companies. How do they manage the complexity and still create value for each of their customers?
We specialize in providing end-to-end logistics solutions. For example, our customers find a right manufacturer or supplier in countries like India, China, Vietnam, and then they call Damco to move their cargo. We manage and develop their entire supply chain, including from importing raw materials to exporting finished products, not only to the port, but to their distribution centers, their stores, or to their final customers. Shanghai is a very interesting city. Everything runs really fast. People work very fast. People talk fast. Very motivating place for our people to work. We believe that no two customers are really alike. So every single customer needs their own tailor-made solutions. We really work very closely with our customer, try to understand their business, and then come up with customized solutions to fit their specific business.
Wherever you meet Maersk, you will find people dedicated to making a difference. But as the world changes, some basic guidelines of good business may still be worth listening to. Especially when they are told by a great pioneer of the Maersk Group.
And the basic principle is that people can trust us, that authorities can trust us, that employees can trust us, and that business connections can trust us. Your word should be your bond. We exercise constant care. By constant care, I mean care at the time the action is taken. And it's much easier if you do it right the first time, instead of having to correct or add later on. That's difficult. Well, of course, if the care delays the decision-making, it can be too much. The constant care is the proverb that my papa left to me and to the group. Rettidig omhu.